good?
Coming through loud and clear. This is your boy. Level head on the mic. Getting the hype. K-Bump is about to fight. Hit him with that left and that right.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm
we
getting
get
hold
it
on.
hot. You didn't catch that? Anyway, let me stop.
Putting hands on people.
I could have. But anyway, welcome to the show. This is the Loud Never Gamers podcast. We are back. We are back. We are back. What's up, K-Bump?
Yo, it's good, man. I am enjoying the day. I am ready to talk about some games, brother.
What's up, Keith Norris?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Whew, good to be back. Good to be back. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Now we is a little late tonight, but we are here. We are excited. We are ready to go. Make sure you share this. Put this out on Twitter. Our X. What the man? Why did he change Twitter's name, man? Anyway,
Dark Man X.
don't even supposed to be boxing. What's his name?
Nah. Old boy said he said Elon ducking. Zuckerberg said, yeah, he said Elon ducking him. Yeah, he posted a couple days ago saying Elon ain't serious with it. He ducking him.
So he don't want none of this hot fire.
You don't want that smoke. Apparently, old boy been trading with some real UFC dudes. So he said he don't want none of this smoke. So he gonna go back doing what he doing.
Okay.
It ain't for real.
Well, he could have got some of them bombs dropped. But anyway, we are here. We are excited. Got a lot to talk about. Starfield finally went gold. We're gonna talk about this new game developed by some African Americans. Corrupt. First look, we're gonna check that out. What else we gonna talk about tonight? Keith, what else we got going on tonight?
I just remembered something that I was thinking about
online,
earlier.
right? No online for
No online for Mario
about
Wonder.
that tonight too. It was something else you put up.
Wait, no online.
We'll explain here in a second.
Okay.
We'll
I
explain here in a second.
wasn't aware.
Yeah, so let's get it in, man. Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is, man.
But we got
We got Smash Bros, though. Wrap it up. Anyway, so what you said, Keith?
I remember what it was. Star Wars Outlaws, man. The game you excited for.
We gotta talk about that too.
Ubisoft said that one of their planets is the same size as two of the zones in Assassin's Creed. I don't know if it was Origins or one of them Assassin's Creed, the latest one. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
More just
Here we go.
Yeah, but anyway, Ubisoft dropping them bombs. But welcome to the show, man. We are here. We are excited. Anything outside of gaming done happened that you want to talk about real quick? Any movies? Anything to break the ice? What's good?
Nah, well, I'm excited for the next Ahsoka that's coming out in I think next week, I believe Ahsoka drops. So I'm pretty excited about that.
What's that?
Ahsoka, that's the Star Wars. Star Wars
Oh,
that
okay.
comes out starting next week. So I'm
Disney?
like I said, I'm excited.
Rosario Dawson.
Is that Disney?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll be Disney Plus. It'll be Disney Plus.
Man,
But I'm
they losing all type of money over there at Disney, boy.
yeah, they've been losing money. That is a true statement. But this should be a good one, man.
Okay. Yeah, I seen some. I didn't know that's what it was called, but yeah, I've been seeing some previews for it. For the when does Loki drop?
October.
That's a good question.
October. Okay.
I'm gonna be ready for that.
Okay.
Loki's fine.
What else? Anything
Man,
else?
I got a chance to check out the Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Where'd you watch that at?
Paramount. Paramount Plus.
I don't think I had Paramount. Is it good?
So when I watch, so when I
Not the
when
laugh
I
first.
listen, when I watched it myself, I was like, "That's kind of dumb. That don't make sense." No, but it's a good popcorn flick. I ain't gonna lie. And then I got a chance to watch it with my boys. We watched it the other day, and they was all excited at
Yo,
the
we got
big climactic
Smash
battle
Bros though.
or whatever. And there was some things that happened that since y'all hadn't seen that, I won't spoil it. But they was all hype, crunk, jumping up and down and stuff. I just showed my age, crunk. Young kids, y'all know what that means? They was all jumping up and down and stuff.
I ain't
So
heard that in a long one. That's the
I
good.
know,
I wanna
right?
slap yourself. You get a slap. Did I say crunk in 2023, man?
I'm gonna remove it from my vocabulary. But yeah,
That's
and
K-Bump.
then and then and then I've been watching Star Trek, man. I don't know why I've been watching Star Trek.
Oh, the newest one, right?
The latest one. It's been kind of interesting.
I heard good things.
Now,
Strange
what's that
Worlds, right?
on?
Strange World. That's
What's
also
Yeah, I
that
on
heard.
on?
Paramount.
That's awesome.
Paramount Plus.
Man, see,
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good. It's
I've
supposed to be
been
pretty good.
considering getting Peacock because I want to see some stuff they got over there. But now you saying Paramount Plus, like, man, eventually you're gonna be paying for cable with all these different subscriptions. It's gonna be like your cable bill used to be. So
Yeah,
I
true.
don't know. I don't know, man. I got Hulu. I may need to get rid of Hulu. Netflix. Got Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO, well, Max now. And I don't watch too much of nothing on Max anymore. I don't know. But anything else, or we get into these, what you been gaming on? Okay.
I'm ready.
Ready
All
to.
right, so let's go into what you been gaming on. Then we get into these topics. Let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for what have you been gaming on. Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right, who want to go first?
And I can get mine out the way.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Maris.
I haven't been playing a lot. I've been working a lot. Been working like 14-hour days lately. So I have not been playing a lot of games, but I did. I'm still playing Master Detective. I know y'all gonna be like, man, he gonna finish that game one day.
One day.
One day I'm gonna finish that game, and I did mess around and download what's Ori and the Blind Forest. I wanted to go back the definitive edition. I wanted to go back and play that. Kind of wanted to mess around in that world for a little bit. And since the last podcast, I messed around and downloaded LA Noir, but I didn't boot it up. I didn't actually play it. So I hadn't really been playing much. I hadn't played Seafood, hadn't played anything with the boys. So, but also since we're gonna be talking about this game later, I got my pre-upload or pre-download of Starfield working right now.
Oh,
It's going down whenever it comes.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
It's
Go
going
ahead.
down.
All right, Keith. All right, man. Dropping them bombs. All right. Go ahead, K-Bump.
nah, man, man, that's good. I'm excited about the Starfield. So what I've been
K-Bump, go
gaming
ahead and tell
on.
us you got it, man. Go ahead and tell us you got the Xbox Series X.
Nah, that would not be purchased unless there is a sale. I'm still on that. But what I've been playing on, I'm still working on Midnight Suns. Trying to finish that. That game is overstaying its welcome. I was singing this game praises. I was very happy about it. Thought it was a great game. But it is overstaying its welcome. Is I know my time isn't real. I'm probably 10 hours more than what it really says. It says 65 hours I've been playing the game. I don't think it's been 65. I'll say at least 50, but that's still overstaying his welcome. It needs to wrap it up, G, as Level would say. So I'm still trying to finish that. In the meanwhile, uh, like I think last week, I stated I picked up Madden again, so I'm trying to get ready for the new Madden. It's actually in the mail. GameFly is sending me Madden 24. It is in the mail, so hopefully I should get that pretty soon. And then still playing 2K with the homies. We're gearing up for the next one. They just released some information about gameplay this week, so we're getting ready and gearing up for the next one. Which for this 2K I have 601 hours into. Pretty impressive.
Dang,
Nice
boy.
multiplayer game. And then Overwatch. So that's Overwatch 2 is the kind of the last one I've been playing.
Even over.
Just getting ready for the just buying time until the sports season comes out, because after Madden you got 2K, after 2K you got FIFA. So you got sports season coming around the corner very, very soon.
Man, 600 and what? And 2K?
601 hours is what I've been playing for 2K23.
That's wild.
Golly. Why? Anyway, let me stop.
Because you're playing with your homies, you're playing online. You're not. It's not head. It's not just against the AI. That's what I'm saying, man. Sports games.
I got you,
They know. They know what it is. They know what it is. They know how to make their money. Get you with the homies.
Okay, so let me get myself out the way because I haven't gamed on anything. I've been really doing a lot of renovations at the new church location, so I haven't got a chance to game. But I wanted to talk about this at the opening of the show, but I didn't get a chance to. I did get to see a movie that I was on the fence about getting, and I went on since I got all the other ones. I figured, why not get the 10th one? Why not get
Lord.
this?
Oh Lord.
Since
the new Avengers, the Avengers movie that came out.
Since what's his name wanted to change Twitter to X, I might as well get Fast X. You know what I'm saying? So I went out and got Fast X, Fast and the Furious 10.
Lord have mercy.
And I'm just gonna say it. Dom need to be introduced to the Marvel universe, or they need to give
in the
him
Marvel universe.
Yeah, he need to go to Marvel or the DCU or the MCU or something, because Dom is nothing but a superhero. He's stronger than Captain America. I don't know what super soldier serum he took, but they didn't tell us when he took it, but it's apparent he took something. He can lift the car up. He can lift the car up with one arm and flip it back on his tires and jump in the car and drive down a water dam, outrunning an explosion, holding his kid with no seatbelt on, and somehow he survives. This dude, this movie, Keith, is just like you said with Transformers. It's dumb, but it's a good popcorn movie. I was there enjoying it, but I was like, there's no reason for me to enjoy this movie. And Jason Momoa is absolutely over the top. It's funny. It's fun. It's weird seeing Jason act like he was acting. I don't know if y'all gonna watch it or not, but Jason Momoa acting in ways I'm like, whoa, like I can't. Like he way out there with his character, and they set up another one, man. There's another one coming.
Oh Lord, why?
So
I know why.
11. Well,
Nope. It's not. It's not going to be called Fast 11. It's probably going to be Fastest 1-1. That's probably what's going to be called. Because if you notice, they've never named the next Fast and Furious movie anywhere close to what the previous one was named. So this is probably going to be...
Because it ain't about racing no more.
It's going to be Fastest numeral probably XI or something stupid, man.
They might as well introduce Knight Rider to Fast and the Furious and go ahead. I'm serious, because when he's pulling off with these cars,
Speed
Racer, Knight Rider. He needs a car that's intelligent. So, but anyway, secure. So anyway, that's what I gamed on Fast X. I haven't played any video games. I hadn't had time.
That is a video game, so I get you. I give you that one.
Man, all right, so let's get into our first topic.
Hold on, man. Before we get into it, I don't know if you had a thing scheduled. I looked down at the screen. I saw something. Are we doing something? Next podcast is our 300 podcast. Are we gonna do something special for that? Or we just gonna let that number keep rolling?
What?
This is podcast. This is $2.99, brother. I need to celebrate a little bit. I'm just saying.
And I think I'm off. I think we may already pass 300, but I'm not sure. I've been trying to keep right with the number. So
I'm just saying.
I guess what can we do? What can we do for old 300?
Get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? You want to
flip
the screen on? If you want to flip the screen on.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Are we gonna go live?
I don't know. I should have never said nothing. Hold on now.
You did
Wait a minute. We going live, J-Ball?
What's the next topic? Let's go ahead and go to that next topic.
I may have to go back to some of them old shows we had, play some of that straight talk, and some of the old
Word.
Live and Level. Going to some of the shows where what was his name? Hip Hop Gamer was on there where we debated and stuff. We'll see. Are we going live though? We going live?
I will not have a haircut by that day, so I will tend to say no. But we'll see how things go.
All right. Well, let's get into our first topic. So, as you can see, we've been talking about Starfield. We actually talked about our concerns about the fact that we were not seeing any advertisement going up for Starfield, and it was literally right around the corner. We literally had that conversation, about 2 podcasts back?
Yeah.
I want to say. Yeah. So we was concerned that, hey, we've not seen any commercials. It hasn't went gold. And K-Bomb said that it wasn't necessarily a bad thing that it hadn't went gold yet. And but we were concerned that it wasn't being marketed. So lo and behold, I think, was it yesterday or today that it went gold? I want to say yesterday.
I feel like
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
If it was yesterday, but I heard about it today. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, it went gold yesterday.
It went gold yesterday. So that means they're on track for this game to meet the release date of, what's the release date?
September 6th.
6th of September, which is literally 2 weeks from now. So, as you heard, Mr. Norris already has his pre-downloading right now. K-Bum 20 is leaving. As soon as we get off the podcast, he's going to go to Best Buy and order his Xbox Series X. He's going to add some of his membership points and get that down to a reasonable price.
Don't believe that.
So are we excited about, Starfield going gold?
It's a good sign. It's a good sign. I mean, pretty much the only sign that we need that the game is on track. Are we excited? Yeah. This is something I wanted to play. Ever since that 45-minute brainstorm that they gave us. It wasn't no demo. It was just like, hey, you could do this. Look, sandwiches. But no, I'm excited about this. I'm finally, like I said, I have it downloaded right now, ready for that September 6th launch date. But yeah, I'm excited. At first I was a little nervous. I was a little worried that this game may not come when it's supposed to come, or that they're having some developmental issues, and how Bethesda has created their reputation in Bethesda. So I was concerned with that, and it still could be possible. That just means that this game is ready. They're finished. And right now they're probably just polishing and putting the final touches, and I anticipate bugs to be come out, but I think with so much weight being placed upon this game, I think that they are going to at least try to do good by not only the gamers but specifically the Xbox gamer. So yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, all right. K Bomb 20, are you excited? Are you what? What? You got it in GameFly yet? Is it coming to your house yet?
No, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. This is pretty. They need a win, and they being Microsoft, they need a win. So I am very excited that this game is on its way. I'm very excited this game is going to meet its deadline. Very excited that people are going to be able to play this fairly soon, because they really need a win. And they were kind of scaring me for a minute because I heard the review copies were not going to come out soon quickly, and so I was getting a little nervous because Xbox cannot afford to look stupid any more than what they've kind of been lately, especially with the what Redfall did for them. So they cannot afford any of that. So, like I said, I'm excited. I'm happy, and I hope this game puts Xbox and Microsoft back into position, because I always believe, I'm a firm believer that the more competition you have, the better uh, uh, the rivalry between each other, the better for the consumer. I think we win when there's good competition. So I am excited, and I really hope this game is. I hope it's game of the year. I'll jump out and say that. I hope this game is game of the
You hope
year.
it's game of the year?
I
Over
hope it's game of the year.
over Boulder. What is it? Boulder Gate?
Baldur's
Golden
Gate.
Gate, I don't care about that. And I thought you were going to say over your
Well,
baby Zelda, but which
that's the newest game that's getting
true.
highly ranked.
True,
I
true.
mean,
It's a 97 right now, so it's
yeah,
somebody's loving it. Uh,
right.
so, but no, but I hope it's amazing. I hope it changed the game. I hope it changed the industry. Just because what it does that makes Sony step their game up. It makes Nintendo step their game up when you have a good competition from the formerly or probably still last place team. It makes everyone have to you know rein in a little bit tighter and really put their best effort into what they do. So I really do hope it's an awesome game.
Okay, I mean, for me, I'm excited. It is. I do believe Microsoft needs their game to push their system, and I believe, and I'm hoping that this is the game that does that for them. Like you said, K-Bum, they need a win. Keith seems to be already helping them. He well, he did. Didn't you play? You played Red Fall, didn't you, Keith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, I gave you some footage.
Yeah, that's right. You sure did. So it seemed like Keith has been trying to support Microsoft, even though he be throwing shade at him. He's still been trying to support them. But hopefully, man, this is their game. This is their moment. Do you feel like just to venture out? And I know we kind of talked about this before. Do you feel like the game can live up to the hype? Like, this is an ambitious title. This is a real ambitious title. It's really a big game. Do you feel that they're going to be able to live up to the hype and what they have built around this game?
Do I think they can live up to it?
Okay. Like Breath of the Wild. Let's use Breath of the Wild and all the hype and what Nintendo was talking about they was trying to do, and when it came out, it lived up to it. Not that it was perfect. I ain't saying the game got to be perfect or anything, but it did live up to it. Trying to think, Ratchet and Clank lived up
Ratchet and
to
Clank.
what they was talking about with the SSD and the ability to go stage to stage and with no load time, and all the stuff we saw actually was realized in the game. Nothing actually, for me, it blew away what they actually was hyping. Like, to me, Ratchet and Clank was better than what they were talking about. Visually, all the way around, it was just an amazing game. Do you feel like with everything they talking about they want to do, they want to make possible for the gamer, Do you feel like they're going to be able to live up to that that game what they talk about being Bethesda? We got to ask that question because remember Fallout, was it Fallout 4?
Yeah.
What was it?
Fallout 76, I believe is what
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
called.
Fallout 76 did not do and did not live up to how Bethesda hyped it and built it up to be. It didn't live up. It kind of was a
And
major
they,
disappointment.
It was a turd. It was a turd.
I
Yeah.
thought they turned it around. They never turned that game around.
I don't know if they turned it around. I think people stopped caring because it took so long for them to actually get it to a workable state, and it wasn't in the press as much as something like a Cyberpunk. So I don't know if they ever got around to, but the crowd for it have fell off long before that.
Right. So that's why I'm asking because this is Bethesda, and we did ain't Redfall Bethesda.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm just asking, kind of, just for conversation's sake. We done talked about
I
this
can jump in
game.
there.
Yeah, we done
I can
talked about
jump in
this
there.
game a lot. So I'm just asking for that, please. Go ahead.
I can jump in. Yeah, I'll jump in because I'll say this. This is the same people that this is Bethesda, the same company that gave us Skyrim. This is the same company, and Skyrim is probably one of the games that's been played on the most systems, other than probably some Nintendo title that kind of gets played on every system that Nintendo produces. Outside of that, a non-Nintendo title, this has probably been played on the most systems. I mean, you can play this on your Alexa. So they definitely hit gold with that. So they definitely have the chops to do it. But it's also the same Bethesda, like I said, that created Redfall and Fallout 76 and all the other Bucky games they came out with. So the potential is there. I will absolutely say the potential for them to uh, meet requirements and even to some extent exceed those requirements, because this is a very lofty game with very lofty expectations. The only problem that kind of scares me is that when you compare it to another game, and again, it's not. I know this is not No Man's Sky. I understand that, but they kind of came in with similar expectations and trying to set that bar pretty high, and they also fell flat on their face. So there's a good part of me that says yes. I do believe they can meet their goal. I do believe that they can do what they're saying they can do. I do believe that this team, Bethesda, can create a game that meet the requirements of what they're looking for as far as this expansive type of a space game. So I do believe they can. Will they? I think they're going to. Personally, I think they're going to miss in several areas. I think marketing may have got the best of them in some of the areas that they were touting. But I think they're going to supersede in others. I think some of what they talked about was marketing, and marketing kind of pumping up what they were actually trying to do, and not really development having that conversation. So I think some of it is going to miss. But I do believe that some of it is going to be so expansive and so huge that people are going to be lost in this game for years to come.
Okay. All right, Mr. Norris. Same question. Do you believe, based on everything that they have touted that they want to do and make available to the gamer and the experience of this game, this is a big game. You know, is what's that game that they made that you go planet to planet, and what was that game? It was
No
kind
Man's
of
Sky.
No Man's Sky, where it generated itself, if I'm not mistaken.
It
So
was
Procedurally.
procedural generated.
right there
Yeah.
you go, procedural generating game. And is it this kind of somewhat like that?
Yes, I think the 90. Oh, what is it? Is it 1,000 planets? So yeah, I think the majority of the planets will be procedurally generated.
Okay, so I know with No Man's Sky, it got off to a not necessarily a rough start, but it wasn't living up to what was being said. Then it finally after a while it got to becoming a game that I believe Keith, you said it became a game that was worthy of
That
being
was
played.
that was
Was
me.
that you, K Bum? Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
know if it
that
was
was me.
you or Keith. But so with a game like this, with a track record like Bethesda, not to say that, like you said, Skyrim was a game that they put on just about everything. But we can't say that about much of a lot of the other stuff they made. So I would say, like what Jay-Z said about Nas, that's one hot album every 10-year average, and that's so. Anyway, we won't do that. Do you
Yes.
believe? Did y'all caught that right? Did y'all catch it? I put them bars out there, Jay-Z bars. Anyway, Keith, do you believe Bethesda and Starfield is going to deliver on the goods on
Hey,
September the 6th?
well, you know how I like to approach stuff. I don't really know, but I can say with some things that I'm concerned about is well, first of all, let me say this. Y'all know the story's been leaked.
Yes,
Yeah, the complete story's been leaked. I haven't seen anything. I kind of want to see it.
I've been staying
Uh,
away.
I kind of want to see it. Like I want to see like if is there because right now we don't know what it is. They just pieced a lot of stuff together and said what you could do. But I've been curious and see, and this is my concern, whether or not there's a linear path of a story or whatever, or it's just a game that's like you're just doing things forever. So that would be my only concern. Would be like the boredom. I think me and Cable talked about this. Like we just really want a game where you can explore and do Mass Effect. Like that's really all I want. I don't I don't really need anything
This
else
don't
for
look like
that.
Mass Effect to me, man. This
But
don't.
this is not. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot deeper than what Mass Effect gave us. Do I think they can deliver? I'm gonna be honest with you. I never really played a Bethesda game. And I don't even know if we consider the Wolfenstein, even though it's Bethesda. But I'm not. I didn't really play the Wolfenstein games either. Um, but I never played one of their RPGs. I really wanted to get into Fallout 4 when that came out. A few of my coworkers were playing it, and I thought about buying it, but I never did. Just something about the mechanics and the gameplay just never really appealed to me. But I love the atmosphere of space, so I'm leaning on them getting the space exploration correct. I'm leaning on them getting the space flights correct. I'm leaning on the alien life forms and the what is it? The discovery of that. I'm leaning on all of the aspects of a living, breathing, working world environment to kind of carry me through the game. And in that regard, I think they will possibly succeed in what they're trying to give us. Now, as far as like the story, the gameplay, I don't know. Like I said, I've never really been into Bethesda, but the atmosphere and the aesthetics of all of the things that they're trying to put together, I'm really enjoying, and that's one of the reasons why I'm downloading it now because I have to play space stuff. I have to do it. I told you I've been watching Star Trek, so I have to do it. You know, so
Right. Let me send
I
this
hope
shout out
so.
real quick. Let me send this shout out to first name DJ Fanatic, aka First Name Basis. Welcome to the show. He says he asked some questions, Keith, right before you finish your thought. He asked the question, "Are you guys going to pick this up?" As you heard, Keith already is downloading it as we speak. Then he says, "Or is this a wait and see title?" For me, yes, it ain't even a wait and see. I probably won't dive into this. I don't really think this game is catered to my play habits. I think there's too involved. Like I think Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild is about as involved as I want to get in the game. And I think this is asking way more of you than that game was asking. But I'll let K-Bum answer the question. K-Bum, is this a wait and see? Are you picking it up tomorrow? Downloading it tomorrow? What's the word?
It is absolutely a wait and see for me.
Okay.
I am not touching this game or an Xbox until um, until I figure out if this is a good game or not. And so, because for me, I'm not playing on a PC or anything like that, or uh, anything of that nature. So I would have to have an Xbox in order to play that. And so I'm not getting that until this game proves itself to be good.
Okay.
So
Now,
wait and see, definitely.
uh, Fanatic, you asked a good question because it brings up something. I guess we can keep talking about this subject. The Xbox Series S. Now, remember we was talking about the game that's being delayed, coming to Xbox Series X because
Baldigate,
Baldigate, because of the problems with trying to get it to run
split
on the
screen.
Xbox Series S, the split screen. Would this be a game that you feel like the Xbox Series S can do justice to?
No.
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 Okay, go ahead,
No.
keep run with it. You said no. Why not?
I mean, we already been hearing the news. We seen and heard developers talk about the struggles, the struggle console that the Series S is, and how they've been struggling to get this game running on there. And I would honestly argue, and I'm just spitballing here. I'm talking out the side of my neck. I do not know, but I would honestly argue that that's one of the reasons why this game has been developing so slow and why it went gold so late. I was assumed so late. It's because they had to get that parity up on the Series S. But no, I don't think this game will. Well, I don't know. It depends because it's not even really about the graphics. A game like this, it's all about the exploration and stuff like that. But I'm still going to say no because, I mean, you got a Series S, and you're gonna see people playing this game in like high fidelity and stuff like that. And then there's the Series S and the people that's playing it on there, and it's like I wouldn't want to play it on there. So yeah, no,
Okay.
it's a no for me, dog.
All right. First name, Fanatic says no as well. K-Bun, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is absolutely not. This is not this is not going to run that great on the Series S because we're only then doing 30 frames per second on the X, right? It's not like we have. So if we were doing 60 frames per second on the X, then we would have headroom to do 30 on the S, right? Turn down some graphics, turn down some ray tracing, lower the resolution, lower the pixel assets, and then we can get it running 30 frames per second easily on the S. Not easily, sorry, I'll take that back, but we'll get it running 30 frames per second on the S. The X is running 30 frames per second. It's a lock 30 frames per second, so it's mostly probably running about 45, 47, maybe 50, and they don't want to push it to 60 because or give you a variable refresh rate because it'll probably have issues. So maybe it's 60, maybe it's like a 58, 57, 50 type of running frames per second, but it's a lock 30 for the X. So I have very little expectation that the S is going to run this game well. I do not have it. I think it's going to be a poorly ran game, if I say so myself. But I think they're going to try to make it at least usable, playable on the S because they kind of have to. Is that they can't be the ones first party to make a game that's unplayable on their version. I mean, that kind of just defeats the whole purpose here of telling people to have the S. So from them being who they are, they need to make sure that it is playable. But I don't think it's gonna run that great. Just being completely honest.
So then I gotta ask this then. With Game Pass, and Keith has already said that he's downloading it right now as we speak. With Game Pass being with this game coming to Game Pass, how well do you feel like it's going to sell? Any one of y'all?
You said how well do I think it's going to sell?
Yeah, with it being available on Game Pass day one, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people that have the Xbox has Game Pass. How are the sales going to be? Because to me, to make this a market success, it has to sell. They have to be able to boast about the sales, don't you think?
Well, you know it is available on Steam, so you can get you can check to see what the Steam sales will look like. But as far as it being on Xbox, I don't know how well you can verify what it looks like on Xbox that people are actually purchasing the game. Like, why would you if you already got Game Pass? But you can look at the Steam sales, and let me see. I'm gonna look it up and see when it. I don't, because I know you can. It's not the same date to download it on Steam, but I think it still come out the same day.
Okay.
But yeah,
That to me, that's another thing. This game needs, and it's just a lot. It's so much that Microsoft is doing over there that I don't think it's bad. I don't think Game Pass is a bad thing, but I do think Game Pass hurts its position in the market because if you got Game Pass, like Keith, right now he's downloading. He doesn't have to concern himself with buying it. He just download it and play it on Game Pass and get the experience, but that won't translate to a sale. You see what I'm saying? So they won't be able to talk about that. They won't be able to boast about that. It don't sound good saying, man, so many people paid it on Game Pass, then to say so many people bought it. You know what I'm saying? So, because Game Pass is kind of a cheat code. You paying for Game Pass like you do Spotify, but again, that doesn't translate to sales. So I'm curious, because that's what's going to help it in the marketplace. That's what's going to give it its, like God of War Ragnarok or Zelda. It moved so many millions in the first 3-4 days, and it moved so many million, like 9-10 million in 3 days. Like, that may not be possible with Game Pass for something like that to be, wrote about Starfield, that it moved this many units in over the weekend, and I would think most gonna download it if they got Game Pass. So I'm curious. Go ahead.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how they even calculate it for Game Pass, right? I have no idea how Microsoft has been able to say what's successful and isn't, what's not successful. I know y'all remember the developers for the Hi-Fi Rush game came out and said, I think it was successful, but they said they were disappointed with the numbers, the sales.
Right.
And I'm in my mind, I'm like, well, the majority of the people probably played it on Game Pass. I actually got it on Steam. So I don't understand the logic behind it. Somebody else, can help me with that. Are we talking about streams? I don't know how that benefits you as far as like sales though. Like, I don't know, maybe I have an old way of thinking and they don't calculate the numbers like they used to. But I don't get it. I don't know how they're gonna track it.
Again, they haven't had much to track. So a lot of postmen, well, let's just be real, man. They haven't had a lot.
No, I feel you. No, you're right, bro.
Okay. Halo was supposed to be their major title. Redfall was supposed to be a major title. None of them lived. They fumbled the ball with both those titles at the gate. So this is really the first, I would say, AAA Xbox game that's going to test whether Game Pass is helping or hurting, because all the other games fumbled before they hit the shelves. So Game Pass kind of became I don't feel like I'm losing anything by trying it out. Whereas Starfield seems to be a major title that people will spend dollars on to play. And Game Pass is going to eat into that a lot. So, like Keith said, how do you gauge it? How do you monitor? How do you do the math on the sales versus downloads for Game Pass and success? Microsoft really doesn't give us that, and they kind of out of the equation. They out of the conversation when we looking at numbers, what games are doing and how well a game sold. Microsoft is not never in those conversations.
That's true.
I mean, Xbox games are not in those conversations. So you hear about Sony, you hear about Nintendo, you hear about millions and 10 million and 12 million and 24 million or whatever. Microsoft is Game Pass. Now, a lot of people buying Game Pass, so they getting money continual. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of money that went into the development of Starfield. I'm thinking it's probably what? 100 million plus project.
Probably easily scaling 100 mil.
Okay,
scaling.
So 100 million plus developed game. How many billions did they spend on Bethesda?
70. No.
Bethesda was 646, something like that.
6 and
6
7
billion.
Like
So you want to spend 6 billion on them, but they making the game that's 100 plus maybe $150 million to budget a game to make it. That's probably why you ain't marketed too crazy. So are you gonna make your money back with Game Pass? Like, should this to me, this is the game, and I know this is kind of veering off from. We really didn't have much to talk about with it going gold, but to make it an interesting conversation. To me, this is a game that should not be day one on Game Pass.
Do you think they should? Well, that's what they tried to market.
I mean, but that's the selling point of Game Pass. Like,
I know, but this game is what's going on.
I actually agree with you. I agree that this is the game that probably should not be. But that's what your soda's on, man. Your soda's on day one. You can't go back now.
I know, but that's my point. That's my point. Because they were in, Microsoft has this, we are the underdogs. We do a lot of things because we're underdogs to get your attention. But I don't think they thought this through well. Because to me, a game like this deserves at least 3 months of sales, and then down the road, throw it on Game Pass for those who didn't jump on that initial. Okay, you got your money out of it. You made your money back. Okay, here it is on Game Pass. But because these games cost too much to make to let people download them for free and play them. Now that's kudos to Microsoft. Let me give you some claps on that. Kudos to you, Microsoft. But you killing your money. You killing. To me, that's hustling backwards. And I think this is the first game that's going to really try that formula that they have with Game Pass. This is going to be one of those games that's going to be like, did we think this through right? With our budget, how much we paid? Because everything else fumbled. Halo fumbled. Redfall fumbled. So,
oddly enough, people are enjoying Halo now, though.
Yeah, now, but at the gate, Game Pass helped Halo stave off the anger with Halo. Being able to download, not have to pay nothing to play it, probably helped it. More so that if I had to pay for Halo,
it didn't probably help. It absolutely helped it.
All right, so now you have this game that's a AAA system-moving title, and you giving it away for free to those who have Game Pass. Yeah, man, that just says, I don't know, man. Anyway, just a thought. I'm just curious. Could you imagine Tears of the Kingdom if it was free on Nintendo's online service? If you got Nintendo online service, you could download Tears of the Kingdom for free. You know how many people would have went and bought that $20 online service and downloaded Tears of the Kingdom?
But see, I don't know if Nintendo's a good example.
I know that's not a good example, but
because you give Nintendo gamers Game Pass and you put Nintendo games on there, you're going to have people coming out the woodwork. I can play this. I can play these Nintendo games. I'm talking about brand new Nintendo, not the legacy games, but I can play these Brand new Nintendo games, everybody finna have a Switch. Everybody's finna have it, except K-Bone. Everybody's finna have the Nintendo online
Right.
line service.
But do you think that's
Everybody's
going
gonna
to
have
eat
it.
into how much money Nintendo make? Is everybody having the online service? Or their, or let's say Game Pass is on Nintendo? Would Game Pass make it worthwhile? Would they make the same money that they would by just selling the game?
If you say when was Tears of the Kingdom announced? I
I
can't
don't
remember.
remember.
Was it?
I don't remember
I don't.
that.
I don't remember any either. Let's say when Tears of the Kingdom was announced, and they said we are putting this game day one on the streaming service, yada yada yada, and then people ran out to go get the stream because you know how Nintendo fans are. They run out and get it, even though it's 4 years away.
Right.
They run out and get it. Yeah, if they see an increase of their subscribers, then heck yeah, it's paying for itself because that game that you're waiting on it's not even out yet. But we've already
I see what you're
secured
saying.
the bag.
I see what you're saying. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
K-Bum, any pushback, any thoughts on that? Or we can move on.
No, I just got really quick, and I kind of said this last time we talked. But what we have to understand is that we're measuring the game by how it's played now. When we're talking about they're eating into their sales, it's not going to sell well. We're measuring their success by the way the game is played now. As I kind of been stating and kind of been poking for the past couple of months with Xbox, is this is what they do now is for the success of the long run, and that's for that service as a game that you can play this game anywhere. It's not about
Gaming as a
sales.
service.
Game as a service. It is not about sales. It is not about how many copies of Starfield we're going to sell. That is the mindset we use to measure success now. That is from their point of view, and I'm feeling it on where they're going. That's not how you're going to measure success going in the future.
Okay.
Because let me use a really quick example. You do not measure album success anymore by how many CDs you sold.
Right.
How much traffic are you taking up on streaming?
But that's my thing. You bring that. I'm glad you went there. You know that's a frustration with artists
with the artists. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
because they don't. Yeah.
The artists are frustrated. The streaming companies are rolling in the dough.
Yeah. They are.
So for Microsoft, this is what they're trying to do, and I do believe, and we saw this same conversation with Hi-Fi Rush. It is not beneficial as well to those development companies, but for Microsoft, this is what they want. This is how they want the game now to be played.
I know. Okay, so taking your comparison with the music and to me the trade off is okay with the streaming service. They didn't spend all the money to develop the content.
Right.
So the artist spent all this money to develop this content, put it on your streaming service, and now you able to stream their music and get the subscribers to watch. I mean, to listen to all this music, but the artists and the people who produce the music, the distributor and all them, they kind of still trying to figure out how to equate. Kind of the same question we asking Game Pass, how to equate what's success
for
or
you.
not, because when it was physical, I knew what a million CDs was. That was $9-10 a wop. A million CDs, I can do those numbers real quick. Whereas streaming, it's so many streams to get that sale, and you at the mercy of the streaming companies. Well, Microsoft is kind of in both lanes. You are the people who paying. You pay for Bethesda, so that $100-something million that went into development, you paying it, and you the streaming service. So you know what you're making on that side on the streaming. And I'm curious, are you making your money back? That's my question. Because they in both lanes. That's why I don't think Sony is so gung-ho to go this route. Nintendo, I don't see them wanting to go this route because they want numbers they can really equate. Microsoft is playing the long haul, the long game, but they in both seats. Bethesda just probably Go ahead, Keith. That's my.
Well,
I'm just curious.
And maybe you said this and I missed it, but I think the only thing that hurts them is the day one drops.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think they should stop that.
That's the only, like, Game Pass itself as a service is incredible.
Right.
And it's undeniable. But I think, kind of like the movie theaters, they got to get their money first before they ship it out to streaming and make it formatted for that. Everybody, and Sony does the same thing. They get their money first, and then whatever their own, not online, but whatever their thing is, they have a version of it too. What is it called? PlayStation Now?
Essential. No, it's PlayStation Plus is like Essential, and then they have different levels, but it's PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. So they have a variation of it, but they'd be crazy to put God of War Ragnarok out there for free day one when they know people want to buy it. People want to buy Starfield. People would have bought Hi-Fi Rush.
There you go.
People would buy these games. And after you've made your money and it's not selling anymore, now give it to them for free.
That's my point. I think that's why I believe they should go back. And like you said, K-Bone. I think K-Bone said, or Keith, you said it. You can't promise something and then go back on it. And I think
that's K-Bone.
Yeah, K-Bone, you said that. And I think they made the promise as underdogs. Not really, I don't really think they thought it through. Like, bro, these games, Hi-Fi Rush probably didn't cost a lot to make it. Right? It probably didn't. Hi-Fi Rush probably was what? 20 million? $20 million game? If that, somewhere around there. Starfield is movie level production. The graphics, the size of the world. Like, I would say it's 200 million. To be honest, it's probably up there.
Probably close to, especially with marketing, it's probably about 200 mil.
Right, cause Tears of the Kingdom was in the hundreds. So
150.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Starfield with the graphics and the assets that they pushing and the size of this world and what they trying to do, you looking at 200 plus. So 200 plus to make this game, to galvanize its sales by giving it to people for free. Like, that ain't, man, to me,
I don't think they care, man. So I understand.
I know they pockets long, but
the point, and it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. So let me not say it's the same thing. It's a similar thing. What made Amazon what they are is that they came in, they low price, they did stuff at a loss. They did things at a loss in order to build the clientele to what they were really trying to do, which is take over the world. But they had to build the clientele in order to do that.
Right.
And what I really feel is that they are. This is not the win they're trying to get. I understand you are right, Level. And I'm not even disagreeing with you. You are right. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that's an issue, a bother for them, because I think how they're viewing this is that cool. We'll lose money. We'll lose money here, but what we gain in return in the future is going to be substantially more than what we would have lost if we would have sat back and made money on this.
But this is the thing. Okay. And first name basis, I think you're right. I think Game Pass has replaced the demos for Microsoft. They got Game Pass. You can download. I mean, I don't know if they got demos on Game Pass or not. I don't have Game Pass. That'd be a better question for Keith. But okay, K-Bum. Yes, they playing the long, and I don't doubt that that's their strategy. But, they're losing bad right now. Bad.
But that's without the title though. This is the title to do that. This is the title to do that, and Activision, like they don't have all the pieces on the board yet.
I
Yeah,
know. I
you're
know
right.
what they're
They're
trying to
losing.
do. I know what they're
But
trying to
that
do.
is losing without all of the pieces on the board. Now,
Right.
once you get all the pieces on the board, will it still be the same thing? Was it still the same results? Are you still suffering the same losses?
You're right. You're right.
I don't know. You will.
That's a lot of but that's Marcus. They got the money to, I guess, to blow. They got
They
money
got the
to
money
blow.
yeah.
Yeah, they got money to blow like that because that's blowing a lot of money. But
It is.
like you
It is.
said, yeah,
100%.
that's
It is.
blowing a lot of money.
It is definitely playing a game that most people are not comfortable playing, and
It's
they are.
playing a game. It's playing a game you don't even have to play to get what you're trying to get. You don't even
Well,
have to do this.
when you last, you got to do something.
Yeah, you can. Game Pass in itself, like y'all all saying, Game Pass is worth its dollar even without day one releases. Cause they haven't had. Look, they haven't had anything, and Game Pass has been selling. That's the thing that's keeping them profitable. But now you about to give these games. If you start making quality stuff, I hope it pull people over there. I hope Activision acquisition pull people over there with Call of Duty and all that. I hope it does, but if it don't, and you want to spend almost $100 billion
within
Woo,
what,
boy.
10 years?
Yeah.
Listen, I
that's a lot.
think what was I gonna say? Oh man, Keith, don't lose it. No, what was I gonna say?
I
Crap.
hope you get it. I hope you
Come
get
on
it.
back, Keith.
And
Come back to your brain. What was you gonna say?
I've been working so much. I'm so tired.
No, sometime.
that my brain ain't working. I can't remember what I was about to say. No. Okay, now I got it. Microsoft is playing the game. Well, Xbox is playing the game because they're separate, but Xbox is playing the game, and I know K-Bone said they're in a losing position or they're playing the underdog, but I feel like they're playing it wrong. I feel like they're playing it as if they're already successful, and I get it. You want to play it, you want to manifest that, but I don't think you do that by spending so much money. I think you play the game a little smart. I think you make people pay an upfront cost. Now, I pay $9.99 for Game Pass. I don't pay for Ultimate because I don't own the console, and I'm on PC. I think it's the Xbox gamers that really have to pay for Ultimate to get the and that's what, $19.99 to get the full package, which I think that's crazy that there's such a difference. But the way they're playing this, they're playing it as if they've already won. And I don't think Starfield. I think you sell Starfield, and then
Right.
you allow it to come back and be streaming. I get what you're saying, K-Bone, with the traffic or whatever, but I don't know if music, movies, games, because movies and games cost significantly much more money to make. And I'm not saying music doesn't, because there's engineers and producers and all that costs a lot too, just to get that song out.
It ain't hundreds of
But
millions.
yeah, it ain't like that.
So-
you can get $1 million advance and make a whole album.
Right.
You know.
Let me add this to what you just said, Keith, because we actually seen this. Disney, remember when the movies would come? I remember they did it with Frozen. They did it with a few titles where if you wanted to see it early, you can pay for early access to watch it before it actually comes to stream for everybody. You can get it a few months early and be watching it because you paid $19.99 to watch it early. It wasn't it ain't full price. I mean, well, that's a movie. But you could do something like that with Starfield. Okay, let's say September the 6th, if you want to, or let's say they had it ready. Let's say September the 6th is available for everybody who want to play it early. And it's $30. Not the full price, because you get it on Game Pass. If you want it access early, $30 Game Pass. So you got to have Game Pass and $30 to get it early, and say it doesn't come out to everybody else, until November the 8th. Everybody else who want to wait until it's free can wait to then to buy the physical copy and get it free on Game Pass. So those who don't have Game Pass got to pay for the full $59.99 physical copy or whatever, or the digital version. But everybody else who wanted to play it early, they got money off of that. That's what to me, that's what you would do with this game. You wouldn't just, I don't know. Man, I would do it so different than what they doing. Because I'm scared that's, like you said, Keith, that's 200 million a game. If you're doing all your AAA titles like this, that's $200 million, a game that you just, hey, it's free. Like, even Microsoft money ain't that freaking long. After a while, 200 million adding up. That's a lot of money to be losing trying to get to where you're trying to get to. I can't see them doing too many Starfields with Game Pass day one for long, especially if it's not yielding the results as fast as they want it to. I can see them pivoting on day one releases. I'm curious that's going to happen. But anyway, we done talked about Starfield way longer than what we supposed to. Anything else on Starfield we can move on?
We can move on.
K-Bomb?
I'm good.
All right, so Keith, I'm gonna let you take over here, man. So this is a game that's been developed. Keith shared it with us, and it's a unique game. It's a fighter, 2D fighter, and it's developed by a black development studio. And so Keith wanted to talk about it. It's called Corrupt. I think that's how you say it. Corrupt. I think they playing on the core and the rupt part. So Corrupt. So Keith, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah. So I have been seeing this game for a while now, and I had heard about it, and I think I've seen it at one of those summer game fests about this fighting game. And you know, if you've heard me on this podcast before, you know I don't really care for fighters like I used to. My thumbs just don't work the way they used to. They probably could. I just don't want to invest. But I was looking at this game, and then I found out that the developers were black, similar to Kina.
Yeah.
I'll just read this a little bit. It says Corrupt is an upcoming 2D fighting game developed by Team Corrupt LLC and published by Freedom Games. I don't know anything. I guess they're just super brand new. I don't know anything about any of these people. It says taking place in a distant galaxies, Corrupt will let you assemble a team of stylish, complex characters with godlike powers and face other fighters from across the stars in over-the-top battles for the future of the universe. Corrupt right now is being developed for Steam. And I'm pretty sure after it goes to Steam, it'll probably go to consoles. And it's games like this, and I'm like, Microsoft, y'all out here buying stuff. You should be putting your dollars over here. But anyways, but yeah, it looks pretty cool, man. Like you can tell that it's indie, 100%. You can tell that it's indie, and you can tell that they're possibly new or really new at fighting games because the mechanics seem don't look as smooth to me. But I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at any of the videos or footage?
I watched it all earlier today and watching it now. It looks like it's still in development stage, but it looks good. It reminds me kind of like a cross between Killer Instinct and like not Mortal Kombat, but the other one that they made with the DC characters.
Injustice.
Injustice.
Yeah.
It's like a cross between Injustice and Killer Instinct. Some of the characters' moves remind me of Killer Instinct in some ways. It doesn't look bad. It looks good. You can tell that it's still kind of choppy. Some of the frames are not fully developed. You can tell that. Like when he hit her right there, you could tell that they still working on it. But for what's being shown, it has crazy potential.
Right.
It got crazy potential. Definitely something I would, being a fighter junkie, I like fighting games. I would definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, I think that's very. I don't know, Kayvon. I want to hear your thoughts too, but I think that's very ambitious because with fighting games, with any games, any competitive games, you have to find that balance, and you can't have OP characters, and you really got to fine tune them so people just don't go through the game spamming your game because that's the quickest way to kill your game when you come to these competitive type games when somebody could just use one character and spam them because they got a move that's unstoppable. So you got to really fine tune those mechanics. But Kayvon, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I used to be big into these type of games. I used to be a big fighter, but my thumbs have also left me. So I'm not as good as I used to be, but still play Tekken here and there. But looking at the game, it has the soul of a fighter. That's pretty clear to see. It really does have the soul of a fighter, which is good. I think that's is pretty awesome. But I think there's some more work to be done. I think the background is a little dry.
Yeah,
When I say background, I guess I'm saying what's happening behind the fighters is
the
it's
stage, the
it's a little
stages,
dry.
the
The stage is
stages. Yeah,
a little
it leaves some
dry.
more to be desired. That's absolute.
Uh, but I think the game itself looks. You can tell they are fighters, and whoever created this game, and you can tell their heart is fighters. And I think that once they clean it up and
Got
get
some
it
good.
to a workable state that fits their vision, I think
Uh,
it's going to be a pretty good title. I think it's going to be pretty hopefully be pretty awesome for people to pick up and give it a try and play. So I'm actually excited for something like this. I think um, this is something that people need to be more aware of. I think indie titles is kind of that right underneath AAA that we've been missing for several generations. So I think it's pretty good. I'm excited for more indie type games to kind of come out and kind of jump into their own lane. So and the fact that these are some brothers making it, hey man, I would definitely give it a look because definitely I think we should support whenever we can when we're getting in these endeavors because these spaces uh, were kind of made by people to be able to give us an opportunity to make games like this. So I'm definitely will keep my eye on this, and I appreciate you bringing this to our attention. But I wish the best for these guys. I wish hope they can kind of get it into the state that they want the game to represent, and I hope people give it a try, give it a chance, and check it out. But
like I
I
s-
looked at it, and I do agree. It looks like Mortal Kombat and what's that game? King of it's kind of like mixed between King of Fighters and Mortal Kombat to me. It's kind of the gist I got from it.
I was gonna.
But
I mean, I said Killer Instinct, and it does got some of the characters do remind me of Killer Instinct, but I would say Guilty Gear too.
Guilty Gear.
Uh,
Okay, yeah,
but I was gonna say this, man. You could tell that they are fighting fans.
yep,
They understand a fighting game, like the move sets, how it moves. Because I've seen indie develop fighters, and you could tell they just they they don't have a passion for fighters. This you could tell by the combo sets. Like they play a lot of fighting games.
yeah.
Whoever this is,
Most definitely.
they play a lot of fighting games, and I'm confident that as they work out the bells and the whistles and the kinks, as K Bum wants them to put some more scenery in the background, fill up the background.
Some more action in the background.
Yeah,
Give me
something in the
give me
background.
some floating paths or some. The second trial they fake theirs, but they have like flames floating or grass floating or
Uh,
people watching the fight and getting excited. Something to catch your eye.
You know what it kind of remind me of? This isn't a fighter, but y'all level. You remember that game, the Conduit on the Wii?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of remind me of that. In that, you got somebody who's trying to develop something that nobody thought that they can make, Like, oh, these dudes are making a fighting game, and because I mean, let's call it spade a spade. We pretty much have our fighters solidified: Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat,
Tekken,
Tekken,
virtual
and then
reality,
these
virtual fighter.
Virtual Fighter. I don't know they do Soul Calibur anymore, but that was a
Nope,
heat
they
game
really
too.
don't do virtual fighter no more. It's really Tekken, Street Fighters, Mortal
Mortal
Kombat,
Kombat.
Guilty Gear. What's one I'm missing? I'm missing one.
Yeah, well, Dragon Ball Z fighters now. That's kind of taking
I
in
don't
its
count
place.
that. I don't count that.
Well, I was really thinking about
If
is
if
that the indie scene?
Evo plays
Evo.
it, Evo plays it. It's a thing level. I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay,
That's all
I
I was
mean,
gonna
I'm
say.
saying, yeah, it may be a competitive thing. I'm talking about like games that cross outside even competitive. I think Street Fighters, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, them games just sell in general for fighting games. So, but yeah, I know it does play at Evo. Go ahead though.
Okay.
Oh, this would be fired, man. I
I'm
would be so
telling you,
proud of
man.
them if this game came out with the polish and it was played at Evo. Man, I'd be so proud of
Bro,
these
I'm
brothers.
looking at this earlier. This must be an older. Uh, this must be an older developed part because you can tell the graphics are different in this clip. Man, they got it. They know what they doing.
Oh yeah,
Now, like they try to polish it and make it. I think this is older than what they showing now. This looks good. It don't you don't have no connection to the characters, but the characters look good. So nah, I don't have no doubt that they gonna pull off what they trying to pull off. They definitely borrow moves from other games. I seen some of these moves before, but
that's fine.
that's fine. I do like the fact that they got some real cool looking characters with character and attitude. A lot of black characters too. That's dope. So anyway,
So, and just one more thing before we move on. And then like Sifu. You look at a game like Sifu, and the base game is something that we played before in the Batman games, but they evolved it to a point where I didn't even think was possible. Sifu did some stuff that I had never seen. So, although we may be looking at the same move mechanics or whatever, and with a fighter, you wouldn't want to change the game too much. But the
yeah,
way they
you want
pull
to
their
yeah.
moves off could be slightly different and make it a little bit more intuitive. So you never know,
And
you
that's what I'm
know.
saying. Like they definitely have, and that's why I'm saying they know what they're doing because they pulling moves that I've seen some of these moves, but they doing it their own way, and it doesn't feel like a copy. It feels like they doing their thing. But I've seen like the blade shooting through. That's off a dude off of Tekken. What's that character name? That's based off Blade.
His name
Raven.
is
Raven is it
yeah
Raven?
Raven. It's Raven.
That move he did was Raven's move. This one right here. I'm trying to get to it. Where he right here, this move right here is Raven's move. That's Raven. But it's dope in him. So anyway, they know what they doing, man. It's clear they know what they doing. And they got what's a swag to it, a element that most miss in games. Because it ain't just about the fighting part. What Tekken, Street Fighters, and Mortal Kombat get right also is just the coolness of the characters. That's a part of making the game dope. Is the characters are cool. You want to look at them. You want to watch them do their moves, not just do the moves, but watch them as they do the moves because they so cool looking. And they got all that in this game. That's why it's a Killer Instinct. A lot of this reminds me, because that's Fogar right there. This dude is nothing but a play on Fogar right here. He crossed between Fogar and a dude in Mortal Kombat with the those blades. It looks dope, man. I'm a fighter. I like fighting games. To me, it looks dope. I'm all for this. So I'm all for it. Anything else? So who is this again? What's the name of the development group?
Teen Corrupt.
Team Corrupt. So keep
Teen Corrupt published by. I'm sorry, Teen Corrupt LLC published by Freedom Games.
okay. So keep your eye on this game.
Freedom Gang. I wanted that's a play on. Okay, I'm wondering.
Uh,
You called it too?
yeah.
Keep your
That's
eye on
interesting.
that. So, anything else? First name Bessie says, yeah, DJ Fanatic. I need to stop saying. DJ Fanatic said, I like what I'm seeing. I do as well. So, continuing, let's talk about this Mario Wonder real quick. I'm not playing nothing from Nintendo. So, what do y'all feel about the fact that Mario Wonder will not have online multiplayer? Okay, so let me set it up. Mario Wonder is a 4-player game, multiplayer game, like 3D Mario, what was it, 3D World, Mario 3D World, and titles like that. So it'll have multiplayer at home. What did they call that? On the couch? What they call that?
Couch co-op.
Yeah, on the couch co-op. Right.
Yeah, so you can play multiplayer at home with friends. But they're not making multiplayer available for online. Now, I'm seeing this is also Sonic, the new Sonic game is also a 4-player multiplayer, and they're not doing it as well. So, yeah, they said something about it's too fast because of the speed of Sonic is too fast to make it a online multiplayer title. So, I guess the question is this a problem? Do you have an issue with this? Who want to go first?
I go first. I am disappointed of you people thinking that this game is supposed to have online multiplayer. History tells us that they don't do that. So why are we making why are we making this a big deal? Now there is one that they did make online multiplayer. I can't remember which one it was, but I didn't play it. But come on, really? We knew that. Well, this is Nintendo we talking about. The most obvious thing that they could do was make this game online multiplayer. And you know that, and you knew they were not going to do it. It was online multiplayer. Was over there with a sign above his head with a red sign. It was blinking on it off and on. Said, "This is what the gamers want." And Nintendo said, "No, yet,
Nah.
yet." Well, so I see what I put them in there together. They said, "No, we are not going to put that game online." It just makes sense, and it just makes sense. It makes sense because they have an online network. You know what I mean? It just makes sense, but for some reason they just won't do it, and they're trying to encourage the couch co-op. Hey, Nintendo, you can do both. It's possible. You don't have to choose one or the other. You can do both. So but yeah, there's. But for me, there's no need to make this into a big deal and be disappointed or mad because I didn't even think that they would even. I didn't think they was even going to go in that direction. So, kudos to y'all for looking at the future. Like, great. When they and I'm gonna end it here. When they on the Wii U with 3D World, when they didn't do it, then I had forever forgot that Nintendo should even try to do it. You know, it's not even in my mind that they could do this anymore. That they should do this. So no, I'm not. That's whatever, man.
All right,
what are we talking about?
All right, K-Bomb, is this an issue? Is this a problem?
Man, yeah, that's a problem, man. Like, what are you doing? Do you really think these lonely gamers have three other friends ready to play with them? Come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? You're gonna give a multiplayer game like it's 2023. Multiplayers are a thing. Why do you want to force people to play co-op with three other people in their household? Like, I don't. This is 20. This isn't 2001. This isn't. We're not slapping the Ethernet cable in the back of our system and having to buy an adapter because the game didn't come with it. That's not what we're doing anymore. We are actually looking to play online games, why would you not make it online? I understand what you're saying, Keith, but from a person from the outside, which is what I am on the outside. I wow, simply wow. I didn't. I lost the words. You just heard how many hours I put into my multiplayer game and into playing with the homies. You guys know every time I talk about playing my sports games, something like that, I'm always talking about all the hours I put in playing with the homies. And for this, which is I guess your best Mario game this year, yeah, your Mario game for this year. I think RPG comes out, but this year too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do have RPG, but still, the fact that you're not doing multiplayer, I don't like I said, maybe because I'm not accustomed to Nintendo's woes and I'm not accustomed to how they do things. Maybe it looks more traumatizing to me. But to me, it was a your point, Keith. It was a no brainer, like
Yeah.
no brainer. And they said, "Nah, that's not where our customers want. They want to they want to play at home with their friends." Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, I'm gonna say this first. Welcome to the show, Alan Steve. So I'm in agreement with you, K Bum. But I'm going to. I stand with you. I think Nintendo needs to figure this out if they want that couch co-op should not be forced on those who are grown and probably really don't want to sit in their house and play Mario Wonder with a whole bunch of other grown people. Unless it's their kids. For me, it'd be cool with my girls. But is there something with the 2D nature? Because that's what I was listening to somebody. They was talking about how it's been hard for developers to make 2D multiplayers. Now that sounds odd to me, but we seeing this. Like I said, Sonic is not doing it either, and Sonic is a multiplayer game coming to PlayStation and all these, and we know PlayStation and Microsoft got good online, so. But they're not doing multiplayer online. It's only couch co-op. So, Keith, you may be able to answer this better than me or K-Bum. I'm not knocking. I don't know if you can or not, K-Bum. I know I can't. What is it about the 2D side scroller that may create problems for online multiplayer? Or do you foresee any?
The busyness in the screen. I think that I don't know if that's necessarily true because I'm thinking like, did Ubisoft pull it off of Rayman? I can't remember if they did or not. But this kind of makes me think about Smash Brothers when they brought it to the 3DS for the first time, and they had to develop it a certain way because the screens just get really chaotic on those little tiny screens. And I guess they were thinking about playing online multiplayer on what is the Switch, a 7-inch screen. Mm-hmm. So I think they were probably thinking about that, and how the characters can get lost. I'm pretty sure they've tested it and thought that maybe it wasn't a good experience. You know what Nintendo will say. Their PR.
But you're still doing it locally.
But nine times out of 10, if you're doing it locally, you're doing it on the TV. So.
Yeah, but what if you don't?
K-Bum make a good point. Because I was about to make
Can you do it locally without the TV?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You don't gotta put it in the dock.
Yeah.
Remember the first videos they showed of the Switch. It was people at a party, all gathered around that little bitty screen playing a multiplayer game.
You're right.
And
they were playing 2K.
Can't they actually also sync up locally and have their own device and still be in each other's game? Can't they do that?
No, that's LAN. That's LAN.
I'm talking about LAN.
Like
I'm talking about thought that maybe I'm
Local
tripping.
Wi-Fi? No, not local Wi-Fi is not going to work.
I'm
No,
saying, yeah, that would still be Wi-Fi. Go ahead,
it
go
would have to
ahead.
be like, yeah, it have to be local Wi-Fi to do that. No, you're gonna have
For
you're giving people the ability
yeah.
to be all on the same screen on that same 7-inch screen. You're not making it required to play on TV. So that I don't even buy that, and I don't buy that it's technical because doing a 3D space is way more technical than doing a 2D space. It's not even close to a conversation about 3D spaces and 2D
Reason I was
spaces.
gonna ask, is it okay? And K-Bon, you enter a good thought because I was gonna say Keith when he said the chaoticness, a 2D side scroller is fast paced. You jumping, the stage is moving really quick, and so it's a lot of rendering. I guess not a lot of rendering, but so couch co-op probably doesn't put as much strain and latency on the game as you playing 4 players and having to account for where everybody at and what everybody is doing and all the inputs and everything. Whereas online, Smash Bros struggles when you have it does like Smash Bros a freeze just freeze up online when you got like 3 or 4 people in there. It just turns to a slow mess, and it's not even moving side to
That's
side.
that
It's
net
just
code.
This is on
Nintendo.
the developers.
Okay.
When you have games, I'm gonna start small. All right, you have games like FIFA that can have 22 versus 20. Sorry, 11 versus 11 on the field. All 11 users being controlled by somebody in a different part of the world in a 3D space in a complicated game with physics and everything like FIFA. When you can have people playing Apex, 75 people on a map, all playing the same game. You have people playing Fortnite with 100 some people, all at the same time. You have games like Call of Duty that has 150 people in the same map. You're not going to convince me that you're having issues because it's 2D space. Unless there's something I don't know. Unless there is something I do not know, and I'm pretty knowledgeable. I don't think I'm the greatest. I don't think I know everything. I could be missing something, but to me, it is very hard for you to convince me that this 2D space and that you're only rendering what's on the screen is more complex than rendering a 2 mile or mile big area with 150 players playing at the same exact time while accounting for bullet physics and everything else, explosions and everything else like that. I find it difficult.
And I was going to make the argument that they're just trying to encourage that couch co-op and keep that alive and well. But again, you don't have to get rid of that for the sake of having online multiplayer.
Exactly. You don't have to force it. It's
Yeah,
called options
true.
because you should be able to allow your gamers to play the game the way they want to play. That is absurd that how your gamers want to play. And I know they don't want online, so I'm not going to even give them online as an option because I know they don't want it. That is, I
Let me
don't
send
know.
this shout out to Chariot Man Gaming. What's up, bro? Welcome to the show. He said, I can't wait to play Starfield on his rig. What is that?
Walk Ali,
Yeah.
Oh
Walk
wow.
Ali.
My screen's small over here for whatever reason. I couldn't see it.
Hey, Jerry man gonna find a way to tell us about that wrong. Hey, shout out to Jerry man.
Shouts
Shouts
out.
out to you, bro. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why they can't pull off. Do y'all got any answers for why Nintendo can't pull off multiplayer online 2D games? What is the issue? Cause I was at first I was finna be like, yeah, maybe it is, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Uh, he says, regardless, that game will still break sales records. Which
Oh, for
game?
sure.
Fanatic. Which game? Wonder. Is that what you talking about?
Probably talking about Wonder.
Whoa, was
Oh,
that
most definitely.
Yoshi?
Huh?
Have you seen this new trailer for Mario Wonder?
Uh-uh.
Man, that was Yoshi.
Don't do that.
Bro,
Breaking
that's
news.
Yoshi right there. Oh man. Keith, you need man, I wish I could play this. Show you
Don't
this.
Don't
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 do it.
I'm
don't
not
do it.
but it looks good though, man. It really do look it
Awesome.
looks amazing.
Don't
Who
fall for it.
is it?
I should send it to you. Hold up.
Send it to me in the chat. Don't play it.
I'm not. I've been kind of swooping it through.
They take the whole chat. I mean, they take it all away.
Oh, gone. He said wonder. So yeah, it may break, but let's not just overlook the issue. And I think, and not saying that people are, not saying that you're doing, but as being a bystander of Nintendo fans, uh, out of any other fans, they do the most of looking the other way when it comes to issues with their game. Not saying that nobody else does. I'm not even going to
I'm not playing
dare.
the game. It's froze.
Oh man, Chris,
I'm not
send it to
playing it.
me.
That's Yoshi. It's not playing, so they can't say I played it. That's
Send it
Yoshi
to me.
right there. I'm finna send it to you. I can't send it to you from my computer because I wasn't linked up.
Oh no, they
That's
finna come
Yoshi,
in
bro.
they finna come in and sniff it out.
I'm not playing it, bro. That's Yoshi, man. I haven't seen it. This is my first time seeing this trailer, this new one. Go ahead. I'm finna send it to you. I'm finna send it to y'all now, and then we can get out of here. But
Nah, I'm just saying, just yeah, don't overlook it just because it break records. You can still be able to say, hey, you got to do better. Hold them accountable. Let them break records, but also hold them accountable. So that's in a nutshell. That's what all I gotta say about it.
man, what's this boxing game you sent me, Keith?
You see that?
Yeah, is that a real game or is that
That's a
fake?
real game. That's a real game.
What is this called? Thunder Ray?
Uh, yeah.
Oh, hold up. Hold up.
It's coming to Xbox, Switch, PC,
Woo,
PlayStation.
that looks kind of special right there. Hold up, man. It's basically Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Yep.
All right,
One
y'all.
more character. You got to
All
play
right.
that one.
Yeah, I'm playing sound. Fair use.
Oh Lord.
Super Punch Rage.
Wait a minute, the music takes away. It don't sound good. Let me turn the music off. Y'all don't listen to the music. The music sounds terrible. Horrible music. That sounds horrible, but it looks good. All right, I may have to they may have to fix that music. Don't y'all ever talk about real boxing too?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this ain't nothing but Punch Out, but it looks cool. But I
how folks going. My bad.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, folks. If Nintendo ain't doing what they need to be doing, folks gonna make them games.
That's
Bro,
true.
So
Nintendo been. I mean, I love what Nintendo's doing, but Nintendo really missed some opportunities with the Switch because there's no reason why. Like you could do a remake of Punch Out. And I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson will sign a thing with you to use his character again.
he will now.
Yeah, definitely. They may not want to, but he will. He would.
He's done biting ears. He's done.
Yeah.
He got his taste.
It do
He
look
got his taste. Oh my!
it looks wild. It looks like kind of a cross between Dragon Ball Z and something. Like a lot of this looks like some anime.
It looks cool. It's a very over the top version.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is very anime inspired. I think it looks cool.
Dope. That's dope. But I sent it to you, Keith. Let's see what else they got. That's the same.
Oh yeah, let me check this out. You shouldn't even said his name. Yoshi. Don't even say his name.
Yeah, I said it, man.
I'm scared of Nintendo.
They can't. Yeah, I am too.
So Alan Steve did have a comment down there.
What he say? Which one? I feel like if Nintendo is still forcing us to do couch co-op, then I don't think the Switch 2 will have 4K. I never thought the Switch 2 would have 4K. Nintendo never gives their fans what they want. I agree. I never felt that the Switch 2 was going to be 4K, but you absolutely right. They never give us what we really want or what we asking for. Alice, you right on that.
You weren't
Fanatic say much agreed, Steve. But what was I finna say?
You weren't asking for more friend codes. Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I thought you were.
Heck no. We was not asking for friend codes when we got them. Like, man, I remember I had to put them long. I'm like, bro, why y'all? And then they go away from it and have the dopest way of finding friends on the Wii U. That was perfect. And then they go away from that.
Nah, you want friend codes back. I know you do. Man. We felt it.
It's like Nintendo said, "Hey, we were making such great strides. Reverse.
Music.
Slide to the left.
Right.
Sound horrible.
That's funny.
Fair use, but this music sounds terrible.
2D masterpiece.
Yeah. Anyway, that's y'all keep your eye on this Thunder Fury as well. I think Thunder Ray. Anything else before we get out of here? I'll keep. That was dope, man. Thank you for throwing that up in there. That was kind of dope looking.
I got my eye on that one myself.
Any other thing up in this mug before we get out of here? So Thunder Ray, a brother. It looks like it. It looks like it was a brother. I just noticed that. Yes, I did too. He looks like a brother to me. What else?
Anybody plan on playing Baldur's Gate?
No, man. Like you, I couldn't even get through the review. When you said this is for the big game of the year, I was like, well, I guess I just don't understand because I can't even watch the review. I get tired of watching it.
It's pretty much playing D&D, right? It's like just playing
That's what
video.
I heard.
It's like a video game version of D&D.
I couldn't do it.
So yeah, no. So I played D&D the first time with my nephew when we were out in Hawaii about 2 years back, and I've never played D&D again. It was I had to let my nephew. I love my nephew. If you listen, bro, I love you, bro. But that was the most boring thing I ever did in my life. So I probably am not a candidate for playing Baldur's Gate. So.
This is real boxing too, y'all. Since we looking at boxing,
Lord have
games,
mercy. Can we?
I figured I'd put up here.
We
and
need to
let
end the
y'all look
podcast. We need to wrap this up, G.
Real boxing, man. This game is not that bad, man.
Wrap it up, G.
Real stiff.
It is. Stiff. It is stiff. But it's only $1.99, man.
Don't do it.
Real cheap.
I got it for 40
save your money. Get you some cookies from McDonald's or Pickle Man's if you got that. Save your money. Put some dessert. Don't waste your money on this.
Y'all
game.
don't let K-Bum discourage
It'll
y'all
last
from getting
longer.
this. Man, you can go out and buy a Debbie cake for more than this, man. This Debbie cakes are more expensive than this game. Go get this game, man, and show these people some love. They made a decent game. It ain't bad. It don't even look that bad. It don't even sound. Well, it do kind of sound.
It don't even look that good either. Them boys look like rockin' sockin' robots.
Man, look.
He
This
said
looks
it was
like
only $1.
this look like that old EA boxing game, man. Stop it.
He said it was only
Fight
$1.
night?
And
It look like Fight Night, man. Stop it. It looks like
brother said
Fight
it was
Night.
$1. And I think you paid too much.
Who said that? Somebody,
I said you
this
said it
look
was $1.
like
I
Fight
said I
Night,
think
man.
you paid too much.
K-Bud, you can't tell me that don't look like Fight Night.
Crickets.
Let's see. Let me see.
Please don't pull up Fight Night. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm pulling up Fight Night,
Let's,
man.
please don't. Please don't.
It'll be, man, if that game look
Please
better
don't.
than Fight Night, I'm gonna be sad.
Please don't.
I'm pulling up Fight
It
Night.
should look better than Fight Night though.
Fight Night came out with like the PS3.
Yeah, it should look better than Fight Night.
No, it doesn't.
Fight Night.
Let's just come.
It look better than Fight Night. Yep. But don't play better. It definitely don't play better than Fight Night. Man, why did EA go away from all these dope games, man?
He went back to 2000. That's GameCube.
That's
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 1, ain't
This
it?
PlayStation
That's the
2.
PlayStation. That's 2.
Yeah, which one y'all want? 4?
No, let's stick with the 2.
I want to be over.
Why you want to be over?
Man, we done.
Man, this game look dope, man.
But that game don't even look better than a PlayStation 2 game.
That is sad.
I'm gonna be honest, it really doesn't.
Good God.
Oh, just go back and play Fight Night, bro. That's what you really want. Just go back and play
I definitely
Fight
don't
Night.
look better than
Can
this.
you create characters? You can create some characters in there.
20-year-old game.
It
Game's over 20
definitely
years
don't look better
old.
than this. Why did they go away from these titles?
Sales, right?
This one, okay. When was the golden era of gaming? Let me know in the comment section before we get out of here.
Before every studio started closing in the PS3 era, that was the golden time in gaming.
Was the PS3 era or PS2?
PS2 going into the PS3 era.
Loves how K-Mom
So-
always trying to use Sony as the gauge. PS2.
That's how I tell time. I don't tell time by anything else. I tell time by PS2, PS3. So it was the end of PS2. So that's like
graphics don't look bad,
2006, 2007, going into the PS3 era. So that's probably was the height of gaming because at that time we were getting bangers at that time, and that's before all the studios started to close.
For PlayStation 3, these graphics don't look bad.
It looked good.
Yeah, they still look
This was
good.
the best one. This Fight Night was the best one. I played this one plenty of hours.
I had this one. I wasn't good at it though. Man, they need to come back today. Man, they making me mad, man.
They made UFC.
I know, but they need to go back to what
Boxing
nobody
ain't what
want
it
to
used to
play.
be, though.
Nobody want to play UFC.
But who? What boxer you gonna use? What boxer right now you gonna use?
Floyd, you got
No.
Crawford.
One that's still boxing.
Well, none of these people was actually boxing when they was
Wilder.
Muhammad Ali is in there. I'm watching.
But it was still, but boxing was still the hype at that point in time. It was still the hype.
I think
still had
boxing
pretty good
have made a
boxing.
comeback somewhat.
Who are you using?
Canelo,
That's the
you got
question.
Canelo, you got Crawford,
Okay.
you got
Okay, because he just won. Okay, and
what's the boy Tank? You got
all three of them just won in the past 3 months. Maybe somebody else.
Jesus. Man, they've been winning. Now Tank been winning for a minute.
No. I'm not saying they haven't been winning. They're Canelo. Not Canelo, but the Crawford is undefeated. I'm saying they've won a fight in like the last 3 months.
What UFC fight have you watched in the last year?
I watched one. I've watched a couple, but I'm not UFC. The UFC is definitely not big as it used to be.
What about
It's
boxing
definitely-
matches? What's the last boxing match you watched?
The whole match. The last whole match I watched was one of the last time Wilder went out there and got whooped.
Okay.
Just been a minute.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's Wilder with Tyson. You talking about Tyson Fury?
yep.
So
When he got whooped.
you got Joshua. What's his name? Joshua.
You want to keep losing to the fat boy?
The big dude from
Ruiz?
the British.
No, I know Joshua. I know you're talking about Joshua. But
Weak
he keep
chin
losing
Joshua.
to.
Weak
Yeah,
chin
weak
Joshua.
chin. I mean,
Yeah.
there ain't no weak chin.
But look at the people that we looking at right now. Mike Tyson and Ali were not boxing when this game was out. So they can make a boxing game, man. Put Pacquiao, Floyd,
Lord have mercy.
put what's his name in there?
Sugar Shane, why you at it?
Shane Mosley, Sweet Pea Whitaker, all them And just make a boxing game. It don't have to be.
So the same boxing game that you made beforehand, because the same people you're gonna have in it.
Bring the graphics back up. EA was better, man. We need to have an EA conversation about. We undid it before, but I want to look at some of these games, man, that they just stopped making. Go down.
He had some bangers. They had some bangers,
man. But anyway, anything else before we get out of here? Doggone it. Look at this game.
No, it does. And it also appears
And it sounds good, too.
He's not clowning like he was earlier.
I don't know, man. I don't know what they thinking. Why they went away from all this stuff. Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. So,
wrap it up, G.
yeah, wrap it up. What is it doing? Anyway, so that is the end of the show for tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to let these dudes sign out. Starting with my boy, Mr. Norris. Go ahead, Norris.
Yes, sir. My bad. I was looking at something. Man, yeah, good show. Got a chance to chop it up as usual for Thursday. I don't know what Starfield is coming out. I'm pre-downloading it. I'm taking my notes. I'm gonna make sure that I come back strong and give good report. That's all I can do. And man, let's do it for the next time.
All right, K-Bum 20.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed talking about some Xboxes and hopefully a potential W for Microsoft. I hope this game is bonkers because, as stated, I would love to be part of the people that actually get a chance to play this game. But I will definitely wait to see if this game delivers. There's no way I'm buying an Xbox for a dud. Not going to happen. So I'll be waiting with urgent ears to what Keith has to say about this game. He's definitely got me into some other games, so I'm definitely looking forward. And we share similar takes on some things, definitely not Pikmin, but in other games we do share similar tastes. So I am pretty excited to hear what he says, and like I said, I hope it's a W for Microsoft so that they can do some good with this Call of Duty title, because I hope they don't run into the ground like they've done pretty much everything else. So.
Wrap that up, man. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I'm messing with you. Shout out to DJ Fanatic, Alan Steed, Chariot Man, and the rest that was tuned in on tonight. Like K-Bum said, hopefully Microsoft has found they come up with Starfield, and we rooting for it. But this was the Live and Level Gamers podcast, and we will be back next week, same place, same time, all in your eardrum. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Deuces!
We got smashed, bro.